There are a lot of musicians who develop friendships with pro athletes or UFC fighters, but Sean Strickland is really not that guy. He is someone who's very unpredictable and volatile. He is a superstar not just because he's an elite fighter, but also someone who is prone to talk a lot of trash. And a person who unfortunately got a front row seat to that this weekend was none other than Machine Gun Kelly, who Sean Strickland apparently is not very aware of. He does know MGK's partner, Megan Fox, from the Transformers film. He saw her and apparently went up. He's met Machine Gun Kelly. He called him weird to his face and referred to him as a vampire. And they had this sort of awkward exchange that Sean Strickland shared on his Twitter. So you can't hear all of that there when he's leaning in and Machine Gun Kelly is apparently saying something to him. He says he's weird, and it sounds like he says he dresses like a vampire. So from there, you have Machine Gun Kelly just kind of walking off. I would do the same. And you have Sean Strickland continuing to blast him on social media, apparently in disbelief that Megan Fox is in a relationship with him. So first he says, "I almost hit a vampire tonight. LOL. They said his name is Machine Gun Kelly. How do you have a dope-ass name and dress like a 13-year-old goth South Park character? You guys, what the F is going on? Transformers Megan Fox is with that thing? What the actual F happened to the world? What did I miss? Is she okay? Is this man the devil? Megan Fox, are you okay? Do you need assistance?" He shared this picture of that goth character from South Park, apparently likening him to Machine Gun Kelly. Having some fun with some of the coverage, he said he's doing the Lord's work. UFC champ takes jab at Megan Fox for decision to be in a relationship with weirdo. To react to this huge news, we are joined by my good friend Anthony Vincent. Check out his YouTube channel in the description, also known as John Karabi in the Dirt, which he crushed. Bro, Sean Strickland, if he came up to me and called me a weirdo, a pussy, whatever it is, I'm not really sure how I would handle that. I would probably just walk away like MGK did, because the guy would, you know, I'm a big guy, I can lift weights and stuff, but this is an MMA guy and he's just going to fold you up and dump you on your head. I would not mess with Sean Strickland. What do you think of all this?
Well, I feel the same way. My rule of thumb is anybody who has cauliflower ear, I think twice. Even if I didn't know who they were. I see they have cauliflower ear. I'm like, all right, I'm going to play it cool with this person. I don't know. They're capable of much more than I am.
I'm just wondering, you know, does MGK even respond to this? This is his second dust up with an MMA fighter. He had that red carpet issue with Conor McGregor. Something about him seems to rub some of these guys the wrong way. I'm not really sure what it is.
He's the rap devil.
Yeah, that's what it is, maybe. Maybe he's... Sean Strickland's calling him a vampire. Where
did he get that from? That's what I want to know. What's all this vampire reference? Is it just because of his look, or did he say something?
I think it's because of his. I think it's because of his look. It says that Strickland can be heard calling MGK weird, and then as he walked away, Strickland turned back and said, "I'm easy to find." They actually asked Dana White about this at the Power Slap press conference. He says, "You can't bring Sean Strickland around any other human beings." He's laughing. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with Machine Gun Kelly. It's about humans. And Machine Gun Kelly, for the record, is apparently friends with Dana White. So, you know, I don't really think this was just... I just think that really Sean Strickland is like a feral person. I do think that's the point that Dana White was kind of trying to get across.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, Machine Gun Kelly, he obviously has a big base of people who don't like him because of the things that he has said, how he presents himself. He's a very controversial figure. But I've learned in this business that a lot of it is very similar to professional wrestling. It's entertainment. People put a persona out there, they play a character, and when you're in front of a camera, you turn into somebody else, somebody that you aren't, per se. But I don't know Machine Gun Kelly. I've never, I'm not friends with the guy. But I was on set with him. And one thing I remember was when I went on set for the first time, the first day being on the Dirt, and he saw me, he recognized me immediately from when I did an interview with him back in 2017 at the APMAs. the Alternative Press Music Awards, and he acted like we were friends or something. He was like, "Yo, man, how you doing? Good to see you again."
That's awesome.
So to me, that tells me that the actual person, there's nothing wrong with the actual person. Now this is
Like
before,
a good dude, yeah.
yeah. Now this is before he made the change to who he is now. It was actually before the whole Eminem diss, too. But and I'm not sure if that actually changes you as a person or not. But it sounds like if Strickland were to see me, like at some party, he'd probably say, "Get the fuck out of here, you Captain Hook son of a bitch."
Yeah, and Dana White kind of referenced that. I think you're spot on with that. I think it had little to do with MGK. It just more so had to do. He seemed very infatuated with Megan Fox, and he was shocked that she's with MGK. And I don't think he realizes, not that their relationship isn't also authentic. I'm sure it is. But, this is a stadium level artist at this point. He's one of the biggest musicians in the entertainment industry. He does dress eccentric. He probably has more fashion sense than I do. He does dress crazy. More power to him. He's very successful. But I think you're right. If he saw any of us, I've got an Austin 316 shirt on. Who am I to clown anybody? Like you said, he would probably say this to anyone. But now I know if I, there are a lot of UFC fighters that are really cool. Some of them follow Rockfeed. But I would be very hesitant to approach Sean Strickland, just given how unhinged he is, and so any final thoughts?
No, I think that a lot of people who don't like MGK, Strickland has them eating out of his hand now. It's like, when you have someone who's like that, who's a fighter who comes out, and you always appeal to a crowd that that crowd that just is generally sick of celebrity worship. They're sick of a lot of crap they see in the news and all the bullshit that you see in media. So when you have somebody who just comes out and goes in front of goes to someone's face that a lot of people dislike and says something like that, it always, you're going to have people who are just like worship you for something like that. And I see that as entertainment because, like I said, a lot of what we see is kind of like it's pro wrestling to me. In entertainment, even if, no, I'm not talking in a way that things are scripted, but just the way that people ham up their personalities, and to me, it's like, that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm pretty neutral about it one way or the other.
Well, it sounds like he was cool to you, and I think that says a lot about him. I kind of felt sorry for him in this situation because everyone's looking like, ooh, he got punked by Sean Strickland. Like,
what's he gonna do?
What would I do?
Yeah,
what would I do? The same shit would happen.
He's not going to go and start a fight with the guy.
Yeah, anybody who says they would do that, even with some entry-level MMA training, it's poorly advised. This guy is a very good fighter, even though he lost his latest fight. He's a very dangerous guy who's also very unpredictable. So it makes for great entertainment. Anthony, as always, bro, thank you so much for calling in. Looking forward to have you back on many times.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on.
In that instance, I can't really say I disagree with Machine Gun Kelly. Sean Strickland, one of the best fighters in the world. That's your latest update from Rockfeed. Appreciate everybody who's supporting on Patreon at the link in the description. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates right here at Rockfeed.